Hello everyone, it's WarnogGamer4 here, back with another Elden Ring video. This one's gonna be more of a simple and casual run compared to my previous challenge runs. Yeah, for this video I'm going to be focusing on using the Glintstone Pebble as the main source of damage. Now there are two versions of this sorcery. There's the spell version and there's the Ash of War version. Since they're both named the Glintstone Pebble, they can be both used. And let me tell you this right now, there is a major difference between the pebbles. I'm sure some of you guys know about it, but for those who don't, you're in for a surprise. Anyway, enough intro chit chat, let's get right into the run. We start by getting the essentials as always, along with the meteorite staff, intelligence not crystal tier, and after leveling up a bit to use the staff, I obtain the Hala Shabriri for later, fight the tree avatar that is close to the frenzy tower, in order to get the Magic Shout and Crack tier. Now I pay a visit to Carrion Manor and take care of Phantom Loretta with relative ease, just so I can join Ronnie and talk to the prick known as Celavis, also finding his creepy doll dungeon so we can bring it up to him later, and get the Amber Starlight Shard as well. And after defeating the Demi-Human Queen at the Lux Ruins, I get the Ritual Sword Talisman. Now I level up a bit more so I can go and challenge the Academy Crystal Cave, where we fight the two annoying crystal statues. It takes a bit of time to break their armor, but once it's fractured, they are easy to take down. The reward from this cave is the Terra Magica spell for bonus magic damage. Now it's time to make quick work of Margit. Please ignore the fact that I plummeted to my death because I forgot the cliff edge was there. But in all seriousness, Margit was pretty easy to take down with the Glintstone Pebble spell. A shiny magical pebble is all it takes, with the fight taking only about 53 seconds. Now I make my way through the hawk-infested Stormveil Castle to meet up with Roger so we can get the Glintstone Pebble Ash of War edition. The reason I'm getting this is because it's a straight upgrade of the spell version, with it doing a boatload more damage. Why FromSoft thought making one of the first spells in the game stronger when attached to a melee weapon instead of a staff is beyond me. So as always, whenever there's something odd with the game, we could just chalk it up as working as intended. Not complaining here, it makes the run easier to complete. So thank you FromSoft. Now I buy a tiny dagger in order to attach the skill to it. This is going to be the main weapon of the run once I upgrade it. Just a dagger with a blue shiny rock attached to it. I'm not even going to use the dagger as a melee weapon. It just serves as a catalyst for the Glintstone Pebble. So now I go and steal smithing stone from a bunch of underpaid miners, take out the Crystallian at the end of the cave to get the Smithing Bell 1, get the second one at the sealed tunnel, and after doing a bit of backtracking to get a bit of smithing stone, I get slam jammed by the Falling Star Beast. Eventually take him out to get a bunch of upgrade stones. Bait a bear to a statue for stones. Pick up kidney stones. Stones near hot lava and a dragon. Stones inside of another sentient space rock. And stones on top of a dead giant's head. All that to upgrade the dagger to plus 20. Here's the damage for the Glintstone Pebble spell. And here's the damage for the Glintstone Pebble Ash of War. That's quite the damage difference there. Also a quick note, I will not be using the Jellyfish Shield to buff myself as it's currently bugged, with you being able to put it on your back and still have the buff active. Call me a fool, but it doesn't feel right to take advantage of this bug because I know this is a 1.09 patch bug and you couldn't do this in the previous patches. Speaking of buffs, I will now go and take down Commander O'Neill to get his buff banner spear. Take out the Deathbirds Tweedledee and Tweedledum for their near-death buff items. And after taking out the tree spirit under the castle, I finally go and fight Godrick. Here I show you that the Pebble does not play around. I take out chunks of his health with ease. An easy elimination, with the fight only taking about 41 seconds. Now we talk to our Pebble dealer, who dies and drops his armor set after a few grace travels. Please note that he went to sleep mode because I couldn't do his quest. That's why I went to Ronnie early to cause this. Now into the Magical Academy I go, where I get bullied by a stray dog on an elevator. Then free the Academy's owner's pet dog from its mortal coil. And before I forget, I discard Celavis's potion with Gideon, and buy all of his stuff, just so we can touch the rims of our hats as he lets me on a little secret. And after giving him the Amber Starlight Shard, we get the Magical Scorpion Charm. Now we leave Celavis, but not before we touch hats again and he whispers sweet nothings in my ear. And after a close call with the Carrion Knight at the Academy, I go into the Abandoned Cave to eliminate the Clean Rot Knights in order to steal their pet Golden Scarab for bonus rune gain. And after avoiding the most elaborate trap ever in all of Elden Ring, I now face off against Rennala with her 80% magic damage resist. Now the first try didn't go so well, with a mistimed roll being the cause of my death. Now the second try is when I got her. First phase shows that the damage of the Pebble is not to be laughed at. Also with how cheap it is in FP cost, it makes the Ashe of War Glintstone Pebble a very efficient magic damage choice. For the second phase, once she slows down a bit in her magic spam, I can send out the occasional Pebble at her. Eventually Rennala falls in about 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Now I level up a bit, and because I'm feeling extra confident, I go and challenge Radahn. Now tell me who would win, a man known as the strongest of all demigods with the power of gravity, or a small blue pebble that shoots out of a dagger? With the question answered in the gameplay, Radahn goes down in about 53 seconds. With Radahn dead, I now go and make duplicates out of his remembrance, slaughter my own duplicate by barely moving from my spot, eradicate a zombie deer, but the game didn't like the amount of damage I was doing, so the fight was prolonged a bit. Now it's time to fight the Valiant Gargoyle duo, and after getting folded in my first attempt, the second attempt went much better. Once you take one out, the fight gets significantly easier. The battle lasted about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Now I go and farm a few ants inside the deep root depths for runes. Go back to Necron to get the Finger Slayer blade for Ronnie, so she can give us the inverted statue, which is used to get the Curse Mark of Death for Fia's quest, and after eliminating the invader totally not blind, it's time to fight Astel. As easy as his fight was for me, he was pretty annoying to hit as the Ashe of War Glintstone Pebble has less range than its spell version. But eventually, with enough pebbles to the head, Astel goes down in about 3 minutes and 5 seconds. With Astel defeated, I go to the next area and get a hold of a few goodies so I can upgrade my weapon a bit more. And with the weapon upgraded, now it's time to fight Fia's champions, who all went down pretty easily. All except for Lionel. He was pretty annoying to deal with. All that fighting lasted about 3 minutes and 11 seconds. Directly afterwards we fight Lichdragon Fortissax. Hitting him right in the face made this fight pretty easy, as he takes bonus damage from headshot. Not much else to say, honestly. The fight lasted about 2 minutes and 53 seconds. With that done, I now use the teleporter here to pop up at the capital. Eliminate the tree avatar in the main road of the capital for its juicy runes. Eliminate the ghost of an old man to get the last talisman slot. But before I go and fight Morgott, I go and get the Winged Great Horn to debuff the enemy. Slow to use, but pretty good for that extra oomph and damage. Good for the pebble that hits like a truck. And after pretty much one-shotting Patches before he gets into the arena, we buy Margit's shackle off of him. And now it's time to bully Morgott with our little magical pebble that holds our ambition. For Morgott only lasted about 41 seconds. With the capital pretty much finished, I go and sell all the gold runes and remembrances I collected so I can level up big time, which will help me a lot for the second half of the game. An example of this is here, where I make a fool out of Commander Niall at Castle Sol, taking out his summons with ease, then just chunk his health down like nothing. The fight only lasted about 1 minute and 37 seconds. With the commander taken care of, I get one half of the secret medallion here, get seppuku for self damage, get the other medallion piece at the village of the Albinaurics. Moving forward towards the concentrated snowfield, I deal with the Sanguine Noble invader. Then head directly towards the Yellow Annex tunnel in order to get the last upgrade materials I need for my dagger. Also easily dealing with the annoying enemies here. Now with my dagger fully upgraded to the max, I go and quickly light up some candles to gain access to the Haligtree. And after getting bullied on my way down the branches, I start leveling up my faith and get the Golden Order seal so I can finally use the Hala Shabriri for some extra damage. Now it's time to fight Haligtree Loretta, who's a dirty magic spammer. She might be resistant to magic, but Glintstone Pebble makes good work against her. The fight only took about 1 minute and 28 seconds. Now it's time to reach the grace at the end of the area so I can fight the boss later. I also do this at the Volcano Manor for Rykard. And at Mohg's Mausoleum. Now before I fight Fire Giant, I go and die to a lobster in the sewers, get Mohg's shackle, then jump into the catacombs near the area so I can fight the boss there. As the NPC drops the Lord of Blood Exaltation Talisman for bonus damage after bleed is proc. With all the buffs active, the pebble does some hefty damage. For phase 2, I throw pebbles at his nether region, then finish him off by aiming at his hands. The fight took about 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Now I quickly make my way through the next area, and after taking a really long time to buff myself to the point that the sleepy boys wake up, I retry the attempt once more, And for the second time around, I buffed faster than before and just proceeded to delete the Godskins. The fight lasted about 1 minute and 55 seconds. Now I go and say hi to Alexander at Mount Gilmer, trick a demi-human that was following me into the lava. Then fight Alexander for his shard that greatly boosts our skill damage. Honestly, the damage of this Glintstone Pebble is absurd. I like it. It one-shots the hawks in the area. Easily take out the annoying dragon, and destroys the draconic tree sentinel like nothing. But we still need more power, so I level up intelligence more. Now it's time to finish the optional content of the game. Also, getting body slammed by a dragon is not cool. For Dragonlord, getting close to him was a challenge, as he loves staying away from me this time around. But once he finally slowed down a bit, the pain train started coming. When the lasers came out, he pretty much sealed his execution. The fight against Dragonlord took about 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Now it's time for some Malenia action. First attempt I died due to a horrible idea. Second attempt I got too careless. Not drink my classic. Fuck me. Third attempt I saved and quit out of the fight because I forgot to use my Physic and was not satisfied with the results. Now Malenia here loves to dodge projectiles, but because of this I can manipulate her AI to come dash at me and attack, which gave me the opportunity to hit her with the Glintstone Pebble. Afterwards is just knowing which attacks leave her vulnerable long enough to send out a pebble. Also, right before the second phase starts, I buff up and attempt to debuff her. Because of this, second phase goes absolutely swimmingly. Pretty much back-to-back Scarlet Aeonias, which means easy damage. Now this is what I wanted, a satisfying and easy win. And all the fighting took about 4 minutes and 8 seconds, and I had to retry it 3 times.
Here, now I'm satisfied.
Now it's Mohg's time to die. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That encounter only took 32 seconds. Now before fighting Rykard, I level up my mind in order to keep up with his giant health bar. Now it's time to fight Rykard. First phase just requires a lot of dodging. Pretty much every attack the snake uses is punishable. For the second phase, Rykard was more of a fight against the pool of lava that surrounds him rather than Rykard himself. The limitation of the Glintstone Pebble's range really shows in this fight. Because of this, damage was slow, but at least it was consistent. Eventually, after 16 minutes and 37 seconds, Rykard goes down. With Rykard defeated, now it's time to fight Maliketh, who we pretty much just chunk his health down. For the second phase, it's pretty much the same result, except I get hit occasionally. Eventually, Maliketh goes down at about 1 minute and 35 seconds. Now it's Gideon's turn to feel the onslaught. I also decide to restart the fight because it's fun to see Gideon get absolutely wrecked. We also get his scepter, which we will use to debuff the last bosses we can fight. Now it's time to fight Godfrey, who in my first attempt really screwed me up, as I rolled right into that back row catcher. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. Fighting Godfrey wasn't that hard, as the Glintstone Pebble just melts him. Probably the only annoying part of his kit is pretty much his long-reaching attacks. Also, fun fact, he loses his magic and fire resistance in his second phase, which makes the fight much easier for me when he goes into his WWE stage. Godfrey goes down in about 1 minute and 23 seconds. Now it's time to beat the boss in the first attempt. Hey, what kills me just makes me stronger, right? Also, here are my stats and build if you're curious. Anyways, onwards to the actual fight. Radagon takes some major damage at the start, but afterwards I can't send out a Glintstone Pebble carelessly, as he can just swipe it out of existence. But all in all, it was a quick and somewhat easy fight. Now it's the Elden Beast's turn to face the wrath of the Blue Pebble. With the Glintstone Pebble doing a sizable amount of damage to the Elden Beast, it still takes a bit of time to take the boss down, as it just loves running away from me. But eventually, with one last hit, the final boss goes down, with all the fighting taking about 4 minutes and 29 seconds. With the final boss defeated, I now go and get engaged to Ronnie, get an engagement present, sell said engagement present to a senile old man, and that's it, folks. The game has been beaten with the Glintstone Pebble. You know, for a natural war you can get very early in the game, it stays pretty strong all throughout the entire length of the game. It's easy to obtain and use at a very low FP cost of 8. It also really overshadows its spell version. Even with a fully upgraded Prince of Death staff with an 80/80 on intelligence and faith, the damage still pales in comparison to the actual war version. Also, I know that they nerfed it in patch 1.09 because of PvP, but it's still a pretty damn good skill to use for PvE. Highly recommend you try this challenge run if you're looking to have a fun time eliminating unforgiving bosses with just a small blue pebble. Well, this has been Warnight Gamer 4, and make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell notification for alerts when I post a new video. And thanks for watching this video and my previous videos if you have as well. Later.